Hey YouTube! There we go, I've got a 335, which I don't see very many of. I'm not a huge 335 fan, pretty much because of the band Oasis, who I totally can't stand at all. I absolutely hate them beyond anything. The only band I really just make me want to puke. So, I know the Beatles used them, and Clapton used one, and Chuck Berry used one, and they're great guitars. This one is by Johnny Brook. It's actually a wee bit dusty, I haven't cleaned it up yet. So it's still got old strings on it. I've just sorted out the frets. The frets were actually really good up till the 13th, and then they were all over the place. So this guitar was actually playing alright, especially if you're, I suppose it'd be a sort of beginner guitar, or if you're playing Oasis, you can't play lead, you're just constantly, it would just about that. Yeah, so this is a semi-acoustic, not an electroacoustic. So it is hollow, and it is, I suppose, a little bit louder than an electric guitar is, but not hugely so. And I don't know, it's up for discussion whether it makes any difference to the sound that comes through the amp when you're running a semi-acoustic. It's mostly just for look. So, from what I can gather, Johnny Brook are just another one of these Chinese companies that just buy guitars from China, badge them themselves, put them out. It's actually quite a cool headstock. Quite like it. See, it's got like a sort of notch in the middle. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure the logo's the most impressive, but it's got the decent tuners. It's a set neck, binding back and front, binding on the fretboard as well. The fretboard's maybe, I'm going to put oil on it, put lemon on it. It's a little bit sort of dry looking, but it seems to be reasonably good. No sharp fret ends, which was what I would expect on one of these two humbuckers. I made sure when I bought this one that the pickups worked, because I have done it before, but putting these knobs in is a nightmare, because everything has to go in through the bridge pickup hole, so you have to wire it, and then you get stupid bits of string you feed through each of the holes, and you're sitting there with lots of bits of string trying to pull these volume controls in there and then round there, up there. If I'm being super critical of this, which is what I'm doing anyway, it did need fretwork, and I think any budget Chinese guitar you get, unless somebody has physically done work on it, is going to need a little bit of fretwork on it. Hardware looks good, pickups sound good. It is a centre block down the centre, so it's only hollow sides, a centre block. It'll be a laminate top, but the real ones are as well, made of plywood. So you know, your thousands of pounds Gibson ones are made of plywood as well. So it's just the way they are. Finishing seems absolutely lovely. It's very, very pretty guitar. It's also in almost immaculate condition. I'm not sure it's quite a 335. I think it's a little bit less. It's a little bit more Gretsch looking. These bits I think are a wee bit spikier in a 335. Although I'm not really sure. This strap's not quite long enough, but I can't really blame the guitar for that. So, bridge pickup and clean. Strings are old and crap, so if I put some of this fast fret stuff on it, it will make them feel a little bit less old and crap. Love this stuff. If you're looking for something to get the guitarist in your life something for that doesn't have this, buy that. It's about $5 a pack or something like that. It'll last forever. Good stuff. A huge difference to. Bridge pickup, neck pickup. Bit less tone on it. like to use distortion. So we'll go for the distortion channel on the amp. This switch is quite stiff, very responsive sounding. I think it's just because this guitar's never been used, to be honest. Worked out how to play that before I came on. A wee bit of 10 years after, since I used one of these. So I'll just go straight for my rat pedal because that's what I like to use anyway if I possibly can. High fret access on a 335 right up. Highest note. You can hear me slowly getting used to playing it. Again, literally played it for 2 minutes before I hit record on the video, and I'm now kind of getting the hang of it a little bit. And obviously, if I was playing a guitar like this, which I've not done yet, which I think is an absolute record for me, playing a 335, I've not yet done the Marty McFly. So these are sort of meant to do a sort of more jazzy type thing. You see people use them as jazz guitars, but I can't play jazz, so. See, the thing is, I keep playing patterns, you know, and melodies, obviously, rather than jazz, which would just be play completely random all the time. This is a good version of a 335. I had one before myself. The only one I've ever actually owned, well, apart from this one, was an Aria one with the Saltire on it, which I liked as well. But I ended up just never playing it. It's not very metal, although it can do metal. So if you're just looking at this because you've just bought one, or you're thinking of buying one, you've seen one on eBay or whatever, yeah, they seem totally great. Just check, well, from this one the only flaw I've got was the frets weren't brilliant. They were finished and they were okay right up to, I think it was the 13th or the 14th, when there started to be a few high ones, so I needed to do a bit of work up here to make it play up high. So as long as you bear that in mind, I mean, your best bet is to know somebody who can do fretwork if you're going to be buying a guitar like this. I mean, I think they're, I don't know, I mean, I looked up Johnny Brook and they were selling like Strats for 100 quid sort of thing. So I'd imagine this is maybe approaching 200 quid, something like that, because it's like a set neck, so it's obviously a more expensive one to build than a Strat. But it would just be the bog standard Chinese factory that makes the Epiphones and all the other ones that look like this as well, I think, just with a slightly different headstock added to it. The reason I've never bought one of these in China is because they're set neck, so I can't take the neck off and put it in my suitcase. I'd have to bring a case home with me, which means I'd have to pay for it, which would suddenly negate the super bargain prices I can get them from. So I'll probably not be keeping this. I'll probably put it up for sale, but I'll probably keep it for a wee while. So I'm actually quite enjoying playing it. I'll put new strings on it and I'll oil the fretboard. But apart from that, it doesn't really need anything. I don't like having guitars that are this pristine condition, because I'm then it's only one like this that'll bash. You know, I'll have some of the ones I've got, you know, I'll get absolutely covered in dents and I'll have them for years and I'll never hit them off anything or damage them at all. Whereas give me one that's got no scratches on it at all and I will drop it. You know, just that seems to be the Malco law. So yeah, Johnny Brook guitars seem to be pretty good. They'll be on my list of guitars I will be checking out. I've got a wee list of guitars that I've had in the past that are you can pick up for buttons that are good. I've got a wee list of guitars that I've had in the past that I just wouldn't bother with, really at any price. You know, you're talking. There's a couple of brands. One of them Swift. If you've ever seen a Swift guitar, they are borderline. If it was a tenner, I'd probably buy it anyway. But I mean, the amount of work you need to do to make them play is just, and they're really, really cheap. This doesn't feel cheap at all. It's very similar to that Aria I had, and probably a bit nicer than the bottom of the range Epiphone, because the bottom of the range Epiphone's the one that doesn't have any finish on it or stuff like that. So this is probably. I'm not sure being semi-hollow doesn't actually make a bit of a difference when it comes to the amp. It seems to be very, very lively. What's the fuzz pedal sound like? Yeah, so the last interesting thing I said in this video was probably about 10 minutes ago, so I shall leave it at that. But rock on, 335. Drop me a message if you want to buy it. I'm not really sure what to do with it yet. Rock and roll. I really feel I should have a 335. Maybe I shouldn't. Rock and roll.